Welcome to ZICA Academy YouTube channel. In this section of ZICA Academy tutorial, I want to examine unbalanced transportation problem using least cost method, LCM. If you are coming across my lecture for the first time, please like the video and also share it with others. If you are a returning subscriber, I say thank you for being part of this channel. Now, unbalanced transportation problem is the one in which the total demand is not equal to the total supply. So, e.g., if you have A, B, C, and then you have 1 and 2. If this is supply, this is demand. So you will be given the cost of transport. They have 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 5. If these are the cost of transport, let us assume the total supply you have 50, 50. That will be total 100, 100. Then if demand, if you have 40 and 70, let me say 30, 40, 20, and 50. That means the demand will be totaled. 40 plus 20, that is 60. Plus 50, 110. So in this case, the demand and supply are not equal. Where the demand is not equal to the supply, that means the problem is unbalanced. It's an unbalanced transportation problem. To solve problems involving unbalanced transportation problem, you follow the following steps. Steps. Number 1, you add dummy. You introduce dummy. This dummy will be add dummy with 0 cost. You introduce dummy. To make it balance, you introduce dummy. So in this case, the dummy we will need to introduce here will be 10. You want to add 10 to this to make it 110. That means the cost of the dummy. So in this case, remember what you have before? 40, 20, and then 50. No, this is 40, 60, 110. This is 110. So you will need to introduce dummy of 10. You want to introduce dummy of 10 here. No, this was 100. You want to add 10 to the 100 to make it 110. So you now add 10 here. So that 10 you are adding will be the dummy. So you now call it dummy here. No, you will now be having 50 plus 50, 60, 100 plus 10, 110. So the cost of those dummy now will now be zeros. 0 cost. So the problem is now balanced. So that means you are now having 50 plus 50, 100 plus 10, 110. Then 40 plus 20, 60 plus 50, 110. So the problem is balanced. So that is the first step. Step 2. Remember, you are using the least cost method. Using least cost method. Using least cost method. So remember the least cost is always the focus of allocation. The least cost is always the focus of allocation. So you now follow the steps I've given in my earlier video, the steps for solving the problems involving the least cost method. These are the methods you will need to follow when you are solving questions involving unbalanced transportation problem. So I want to take a question as work example with washing. Example, unbalanced transportation. A firm of wholesale domestic equipment suppliers with 3 warehouses received orders for a total of 100 deep freezers from 4 retail shops. In total, in the 3 warehouses, there are 110 freezers available, and the management wish to minimize transport costs by dispatching the freezers required from the appropriate warehouses. Details of availabilities, requirements, and transport costs are given below. Warehouses: warehouse 1, warehouse 2, warehouse 3. We have shop A, shop B, shop C, shop D, and available freezers. So the cost in shop A in warehouse 1 is 3 sterling. We have 16 sterling in shop B, 9 sterling in shop C, £2 sterling in shop D, and the available freezer is 40. In warehouse 2, we have £1 sterling in shop A, 9 in B, 3 in C, 8 in D, and the available is 20 freezers. Shop 3, warehouse 3, £4 sterling, 5 in B, 2 in C, 5 in D, total is 50. Then required 25, 25, 42, 8, and the available is 40, 20, 50. If you sum up this is 40 plus 20, that is 60, plus 50, that is 110. 25 plus 25, that is 50. 8 plus 42, that is 50. 50 plus 50 is 100. That means the required is 100, the available is 110. So the problem is not balanced. You are required to use the least cost method to minimize the total cost of transportation. You want to use the least cost method to minimize the total cost of transportation. Now, let's solve the question. Since this problem is not balanced, the first thing is to add a dummy activity to make it balanced. You have to introduce dummy. You add dummy in order to make the problem balanced. That is, you turn the unbalanced transportation problem to a balanced one. Oh, how can you do that? That means you need additional 10 here to make this one 110. Since this is 110, this is 100. You need additional 10 here to make this requirement to be 110. 25 plus 25 will be 50, plus 42, that is 92, plus 8, that is 100, plus 10. That will be 110. That means we are adding this 10 vertically like this. So this will now be a dummy activity. We introduce a dummy here and with 0 cost. That is what we are going to do. That is the first step. You introduce dummy activity to make the problem balanced. Let's have solution. Add dummy in order to make the problem balanced. So you have shop, we have available freezer, we have then you have, now we are introducing dummy vertically here in order to make it balanced. So that is why I will put dummy here, dummy. Then we have shop D, shop D. Then we have shop C, shop B. Then we have shop A. Then we have warehouses. Warehouses. So we have warehouse 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. These are the three warehouses we have. Then we have required. Required 25, 25, 42, 8. 25, 25, that is 50. 42, that is 92. 8, that is 100, plus dummy to make it 110. Dummy of 10, then this will now be totaled 110. Then we also have 40, 20, 50. 40, 20, and 50. 40 plus 20, that is 60, plus 50, that is 110. I've told you the first step is to make the problem balanced by introducing dummy. That is why we have introduced dummy here. I've told you that the cost of dummy activity will be 0, with 0 cost. 0 cost. The cost of dummy activity will be 0. So 0 cost. The cost here, we have 3, 1, 4. 3, 1, 4. Then this one, 16, 9, 5. 16, 9, and 5. Then we have 9, 3, 2. 9, 3, and 2. Then we have 2, 8, 5. 2, 8, and 5. So, now want to make your assignment. Remember, you are using the least cost method. You are using least cost method. Least cost method. Remember, if you have watched my earlier video, I've told you the least cost, that is the smallest cost, is always the focus of allocation. You are not going to take the dummy, that is the dummy cost, which is 0. You are not going to take that as the smallest cost. Any other cost apart from the dummy, so you take it as the least cost. Now, let's go through the cost. Which one is the smallest apart from dummy? We have 1 here. 1 is the least cost. But here, in this column, you have 25. That means what? The maximum allocation that can be made to this column should not exceed 25. But where you have that one, that row, what you have there? 20. That means what you can allocate to that is 20. Now, let's get 20 to this. So you have exhausted this 20. Minus 20, that will be 0. Then minus 20 here, that will be 20. That will be 5. You'll be left with 5. Now, the next least cost is 2. We have 2 here. That's the only place we have 2. This is 2. This is 2. Anyone you like, you can start with it. Since they are the same, just go for any of it. Here, now, let me go with these 2 first. You have 8 here. That means the maximum allocation that can be made to this column cannot exceed 8. Now, let's give 8 to this. 8 goes out of 40, then you'll be left with 32. Then 8 from 8, then you have a 0. You have exhausted that. Then the next least cost is 2. This column can absorb, in this row we have 50, here you have 42. So you cannot allocate more than 42 to this column. So now let's give 42 here. Then this is exhausted. Then if 42 goes out of 50, you'll be left with 8. Now, the next least cost, we have 3 here. But no further allocation can be made to this row since you have exhausted what you have here. And no further allocation can be made to this column since you have exhausted what you have in that column. So let's consider the next 3 here. So, but remember, you are left with 5 for further allocation here. Since you are left with 5 in this column, but you are left with 32 in this column. If you allocate 5 here, then that means you'll be left with 0. Minus 5, that will be 0. But if you subtract 5 from 32, since you have allocated 5 here, if 5 goes out of 32, you'll be left with 27. 27. Then the next least cost after 3, the next least cost is 4. But since you have exhausted what you have in this column, no further allocation can be made to this column. That means you cannot make any allocation to this 4. Then the next least cost after 4 is 5. Then in this column, you still have 25 unallocated. But this row, you have 8 remaining. That means what you can allocate here is 8. 8 from 25. You'll be left with 17. 17. Then 8 from 8 is 0. After 5, the next least cost is 5. But no further allocation can be made to this 5, since we have exhausted what we have in this column and what we have in this column, in this row. Now, the next least cost after 5 is 9. But 9, you are left with 27 here. But you have exhausted what you have in this column. That means no allocation can be made to this 9. After 9, we also have another 9 here. So in this row, you cannot allocate to this row since you have exhausted what you have here. So we consider 16. Remember, you are left with 17 here. So now let's give that 17 to this. So this will cross out. You'll be left with 0. 17 from 27, you'll be left with 10. You have exhausted this column. You've exhausted this column. You've exhausted this column. You've exhausted this column. You are left with dummy in this column. But this row, you have exhausted this. You've exhausted this. You are only left with dummy here. Now, let's give 10 to this. So that cancels this. Then 10 from 10 is 0. That means you have exhausted the whole 110. Now, I've told you your allocation should be m plus n minus 1, where m should be row, number of rows, then n, number of columns, then minus 1. How many rows do we have? How many columns? If m is column, how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 columns plus n. How many rows? 1, 2, 3. 3 rows minus 1. 4 plus 3, 7. 7 minus 1, that will be 6. That means the number of cells we must allocate to must be 6. Now, let's count if it is exactly equal to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is equal to 6. So the number of cells we've assigned to equal to 6. Aside dummy, dummy will not be counted since dummy was not part of our original problem. We have 4 columns and 3 rows. So, and the number of assignment equal to 6. So that means our allocation is correct. Now, let's calculate the least cost of transportation. Total cost. We have 1A, which is 3 times 5. 3 times 5. Then 1B. 1B is 16 times 17 plus we have 1D. 1D, which is 2 times 8 plus 1 dummy. 1 dummy, which is 0 times 10 plus we have 2A. 2A, which is 2A which is 1 times 20, plus no further allocation in that row. Then we have 3b, 3b, and 3b is 5 times 8, plus we also have 3c, plus 3c, 3c, which is 2 times 42, 2 times 42. Total cost of transportation, total cost, we have 3 times 5, 15, plus 16 times 17, that is 272, plus 2 times 8, 16, plus 0 times 10 is 0, plus 1 times 20, that is 20, plus 5 times 8, 40, plus 2 times 42, that is 84. Now, let's sum up. Therefore, total cost of transportation using the least cost method will be 15 plus 72, plus 16, plus 0 plus 20, plus 40, plus 84. That is totaled for £47 sterling. This marked the end of the solution to the question. Please like the video, share it, and subscribe. Also drop the love emoji. Thanks for watching ZICA.